Morning, everyone. Check. Oh, yeah. Nothing like driving to work in the snow. Yep. Ready for work day. Okay. Amazon. Give us a flash briefing.
Jamie, here's your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Windsor Johnston. Lawmakers are up against the clock to finalize an agreement on a $1.7 trillion government spending plan. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says both parties have been working nonstop to reach a deal.
Appropriators are racing around the clock to finish the last major item on our to-do list for 2022.
We want to get paid for
an omnibus package that will keep the government funded into next fall.
Keep
it was another extremely busy weekend
fall.
for appropriators.
The bill includes nearly $50 billion in additional aid for Ukraine and NATO allies.
Sure.
The Senate could begin taking the first procedural votes on the spending bill today. From there, it would head to the House and then to President Biden for his signature. Two men in Tennessee are awaiting federal court appearances after prosecutors said they plotted to attack FBI agents who investigated the January 6th insurrection. Tony Gonzalez of member station WPLN reports unsealed court records show authorities obtained secret recordings of the men describing their plans.
On phone calls, the men discussed a list of federal agents to target and reviewed how many guns they'd have available to attack the FBI field office in Knoxville. Records indicate that an acquaintance alerted police and agreed to make the recordings. The men, 26-year-old Austin Carter and 33-year-old Edward Kelly, are in custody. Each faces multiple counts, including conspiracy and retaliation against a federal official. Prosecutors previously charged Kelly based on video footage from the Capitol insurrection. The FBI also searched his home, and records say that at least one agent present during that search was later identified as a target. For NPR News, I'm Tony Gonzalez in Nashville.
Large crowds are lining the streets of Argentina's capital for today's victory parade, honoring the men's national soccer team for winning this year's World Cup. NPR's Carrie Kahn says the parade highlights a full day of celebrations.
The team's captain and star forward Lionel Messi was the first off the plane outside Buenos Aires, holding the FIFA World Cup trophy in his hands with a huge smile. Messi was greeted by thousands of fans who had been waiting hours in the middle of the night for the team to return. Messi led the team to one of the most dramatic World Cup final matches with a win over defending champions France. Standing on top of a bus, the team drove slowly through the streets lined with fans singing Los Muchachos, a rally cry that has become an anthem for the team. This is the third World Cup win for Argentina. However, the last win was 36 years ago. Most public workers were given a day off to celebrate. Carrie Kahn, NPR News, Buenos Aires.
Stocks are trading higher on Wall Street at this hour. The Dow was up 114 points. This is NPR News. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake has struck parts of Northern California, leaving tens of thousands of people without electricity. Officials say the quake hit near Ferndale, a small community about 200 miles northwest of San Francisco. It comes days after a smaller magnitude quake struck the San Francisco area. The Pakistani military stormed a building where militants had taken hostage of security forces in a border town near Afghanistan. Speaking in Parliament, the defense minister said 2 soldiers were killed in the operation. NPR's Dia Hadid reports the militants were demanding safe passage to Afghanistan.
Local police tell NPR that the militants were being interrogated when they wrested control of the officers' weapons. They killed 2 members of Pakistan's counter-terrorism department. The militants, who belonged to a local offshoot of the Taliban, initially demanded safe passage to Afghanistan. These kinds of attacks have been on the rise in Pakistan since the Taliban seized neighboring Afghanistan over a year ago. Pakistani officials accuse the Taliban of providing safe harbor to militants. But Pakistan's military has remained largely tight-lipped over the escalation in violence. Dia Hadid, NPR News, Islamabad.
Hong Kong says it's easing some of its COVID-19 restrictions. Starting Thursday, people will no longer be required to show a negative test result to enter bars and banquet halls. Hong Kong still requires testing for travelers arriving at airports. I'm Winter Johnston, NPR News in Washington.
What's happening on NPR podcasts? More neighborhoods,
more identities, and more perspectives.
the more of the world that you hear,
Amazon.
the more you hear the
Skip.
In NASA
More
news,
commercials you hear, the more you want
NASA
to skip.
astronauts aboard the International Space Station will conduct a spacewalk on Wednesday, December 21st, to install a rollout solar array to increase electrical power in support of operations and scientific research. A satellite built for NASA and the French space agency Centre National d'Etudes Spatiales, CNES, to observe nearly all the water on our planet's surface lifted off on its way to low Earth orbit at 3:46 a.m.
Everywhere but the
PST on
North Pole.
Friday.
They're not going to serve that, are they? Or the South Pole.
NASA has selected Northrop Grumman Systems Corporation of Redondo Beach, California, to support the James Webb Space Telescope Phase E operations and sustainment contract. NASA and AST and Science, a subsidiary of AST Space Mobile Incorporated, have signed a joint agreement to formalize both parties' strong interest in the sharing of information to maintain and improve space safety. 2022 is one for the history books as NASA caps off another astronomical year in weather. In Seattle, there's a winter weather advisory in effect until Tuesday, December 20th, 7 p.m. The current weather is 39 degrees Fahrenheit with rain. Today, you can look for snowy, rainy
You
weather
call it
with a
rain,
high
I
of
call
41
it
degrees
snow,
and a low
big
of 27 degrees. From NASA. NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station will conduct a spacewalk on Wednesday, December 21st, to install a rollout solar array to increase electrical power in support of operations and scientific
All right,
research.
let's roll this out. Amazon. Off. Amazon. Give us a joke.
What happens when Santa puts a puppy on? It's a collie jolly Christmas.
We'll see outside, shall we? Let's see what I'm driving at. Yeah, truck don't look too bad. We're good. Yeah, it's raining right now in Seattle. Little light rain. Oh yeah, so much rain. So much white rain. White rain. Yeah. Good job, weather person. That's why I asked for Kimmel weather, because you never get it right where I live. Okay, have a beautiful day wherever you are. Peace out.